Let me know if the music is too loud. Let me know if my voice is too loud. Oh, yay. Oh no, it's alright, I'll just use Discord. Okay, one more silly song. This is the wrong type of dance for this genre, what the... Okay then. This is so dumb. Yeah, when you press the X key is when this kind of shenanigans happens. This is so dumb. Also, Hans is away for a little bit, so I'm just gonna keep on derping around until he's back. But yeah, might as well show you like the ridiculous dances that they do in the meantime. And like have him randomly grunt out of nowhere for no apparent reason. Do you think the audio balancing is okay? Like, if it's too loud, let me know. I guess that's somewhat more fitting. That's great, okay. I'm glad the audio's fine, because I just kind of, like, winged it. And there's also, in this hub area, there's this, like, barrel kicking game, although it's actually fundamentally pretty difficult to get a good score on it. There's, like, some achievements for getting enough goals, but, like, it's actually kind of a pain. I usually just leave it alone. And sometimes when you walk away and come back, your dwarf does another dance when the jukebox is on. And it's completely random which dance they do. I'm gonna show you more around why... Okay, I didn't know why it made that noise. I'm gonna show you more around the hub. Here we have the drop pod. This is where the thing that sends you into missions. When you kick these barrels into this drop pod area, then the command center guy gets annoyed at you, so I'm just gonna demonstrate. Except this time he didn't say anything about it, okay. Well, he will soon, probably. Or not. Maybe it's because I have a mission selected. Anyway, whatever. So, you can look around the bay. These are the things that people spawn in. This game has customization options. These are like quests, pretty much. You can do different cosmetics. And you can change like different equipment buffs and stuff. It's really cool. You can change your class. I'm currently the scout. And then you can trade minerals. You can use a drone when you're in solo, and he pretty much covers the co-op spot for when you're in solo. So he kind of acts like another player. He can revive you and stuff. It's really neat. But yeah, this game is great. I really love it, and we tend to play it a lot. So this is the top of the drop pod. You can just kind of derp around here. They have like a little memorial hall, and there's this inside joke about this dwarf. I'll not interrupt him. There's this inside joke about this departed dwarf named Carl, and you'll see quite a lot of them. Like when you press V and do that salute thing, sometimes it'll just be like, "For Carl!" Anyway, they have some cool art up here, and those statues. I like this game's music too, although I wish it had more tracks. And then here's a memorial thingy. Lots of statues in here. I don't really come here much because there's not really anything that you can do gameplay-wise, but it is a really cool little room. And then we have few more rooms up here. This is the hangar. And the shooting range, I don't actually think it's implemented yet. Anyway, this is the hangar up here, where you're above the drop pod. Yes, he does this every time. Every time you come up here, he does that, and then you can... There's an achievement you get for kicking all these barrels down into that area down there, which I have gotten. It's a ridiculous thing to do, but it's funny. So I'm just gonna go ahead and climb down. Now these are some robots in the game called mules. You're gonna have one which they nickname Molly in all your missions. Here's a cool little window. And they're basically a walking minecart that you deposit the minerals in, so they're definitely required. And this is another one of those little elevators. If you fall down here, you don't get, like, disintegrated or anything. But he complains if you kick barrels down there, even though he isn't this time. Anyway, while he's away, I'm just gonna show you some more about, like, the equipment stuff. And I'll also show you my characters. I haven't really played much as Driller, because honestly he's kind of a pain to deal with certain enemies. Engineer and Gunner I've played the most. They're actually really good. And I really like Scout as well. I've really just started getting into Scout's gameplay. His weapons are pretty good. He also has like a hookshot thing, and that's always nice. And every equipment in this game you can choose from 2 or 3 different buffs, so I just chose things that help the damage accuracy and whatnot. It's really cool how you can upgrade everything like that. And I'm going to show you some of these cosmetics while I wait as well. There are actually more in the game, some that I actually own already, but they're going to be in a different screen than the ones that I haven't bought. These are the ones I haven't bought yet. You got some crazy skin colors. Some of these are kind of gross, not gonna lie. You got crazy hair colors. Didn't mean to click that. So, pretty cool on customization. I have all the armor types. They don't help statistically, they're just a cosmetic thing. You pick your eyebrows and your mustaches. I'm just gonna buy them all. Alright, Robotnik. Okay, so I got some more options here. I'm probably gonna root around and see what looks best on him, but wow. So, in this little screen you can choose which things you want to pick. The default armor is just this one, and I got this one from some DLC by supporting the game, but I usually like to use the MK5 stuff. I think it looks pretty good. And then I have various helmets and hats. Note the beard physics. This is also basically the developer's logo. Got that from that same DLC. I usually like to leave the lighter stuff on the Scout because it just makes sense, so I usually give him just the skull cap, and then I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use that big old beard, but it's pretty amazing anyway. Let's see. I think that looks pretty decent. I just kept the vanilla hair colors just because I think the other ones look a little bit too crazy. And then I got some different cosmetics for the others as well. Let me show you how ridiculous some of these are. Some of these colors, rather, like this ice color and this amethyst hair, like, what? So, In this game, there is always this mission terminal. This is where you choose which level you want to do. There are different types of hoxes, which are all basically different biomes. There's always going to be a few that are out of range in everyone. Dense Biozone is just quite a lot of vegetation, and it's very open. Glacial strata is annoying sometimes because you get you can get frozen from the cold, and when that happens you basically have to do a bunch of keyboard tapping to unfreeze, and lots of enemies are gonna apply cold effects to you due to the biome, so these levels can be annoying. Salt Pits is not bad, it's very red. I think they all look really good, all the different hoxes, but yeah, this one, I don't really think it has any upsides or downsides, but I think it's pretty cool. Magma Core is a pain. I'm sure you can predict that. It has like little volcanoes on the ground or little geysers that shoot out lava. It has hot rock on the ground that you have to be careful not to walk over or it will hurt you. And like if the ground gets damaged by exploding enemies, it'll open up the hot rock and damage it. So they have like these crazy times where like the ground opens up and turns into hot rock. Those are never good. And then we have radioactive exclusion zone. Just like the frost biome, we also have the whole situation of how there are radioactive enemies, and I'll tell you more about the enemies when I get into the game. Fungus bogs is also kind of a pain of a biome. There's a lot of like poison stuff. There's a lot of poison vents and stuff that damage you. It's really quite a pain, honestly, but it's not as bad as magma. And then lastly we have crystalline caverns. It's another of probably my favorite looking biomes. Pretty cool. Lots of blue crystals and stuff. So that's pretty much the basics about the hoxes. Trying to think about what else can be brought up. Well, I will say, although I can't show you the enemies yet, since there's no like in-game encyclopedia, and you'll have to see them in the actual game, I think the enemies in this game are pretty cool. One of the most, I guess you could say, exciting enemies to have spawn is an enemy called a bulk detonator. That is like an exploder, but like way worse. There's actually a boss enemy in this game called a dreadnought, but arguably bulks are even worse than the dreadnoughts, so they're pretty bad. So you never want those to come around, especially if you're in like a really bad tunnel where there's not much ground to walk around, because those will mess you up. It looks like for the gameplay, though, I actually don't have time right now since Hans will have to be gone for a while. But it's alright. I'll probably just go ahead and continue this stream doing solo if that's alright with you. And you'll still be able to see the enemies and the levels and stuff. It'll just be the robot helping me instead. But yeah, if it's alright with you to just stream like solo, I can do that if you don't mind. Although I know you said you can't really pay as much attention right now, but I mean, it's okay, as long as it's okay with you. Just wanted to give you a rundown in the meantime. Well, if it'll be alright with you, maybe, could I start streaming again when we can play together? Like, okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to do solo or if I want to wait for co-op. I might actually wait for co-op, because I know you're kind of busy. And also, he would really prefer for me to, like, stream the co-op. And I kind of would like to as well. But yeah. Alright, well I guess I'll cut it off here. At least I was able to give you a little tidbit about the game, and we'll have to see if maybe by the time he gets back, maybe we'll have time. Anyway, if you're still around at that time, then we can try streaming. Sorry about the confusion. But yeah, I hope that tidbit was helpful in any way. And I do hope that I can stream the game to you proper when we can co-op later on. Anyway, I guess I'll stream later. I'll see you.